It's just another way that we're having to acclimate to changes with our body, and it's bizarre. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today, and I know that I've mentioned this a couple times in recent videos, but we're in Viability Week. We are a little over 24 weeks pregnant, and I know that different hospital systems have different capabilities, and they might consider Viability Week a little bit earlier. I will always probably lean towards the more conservative estimate, so 24 weeks it is, but we are there. We're in it. So I know that everybody's a little bit different when it comes to pregnancy and how they prep. Some people are, you know, they go right for it. The minute they find out they're pregnant, they start getting everything together. There are other people who wait towards the last couple minutes, and that's how they handle it. I couldn't imagine that. But I think I fall somewhere in the middle of that. You know, I want to be prepared, but I'm so used to things running off the rails. I really enjoy doing these kind of weekly recaps, even if things are not significantly changing physically for me. It's also helpful to see what I'm preparing and what I'm doing each week, especially if in the future maybe I'm able to have another pregnancy. I'd love more than one child, but you know, life is going to work out how it does. But it's nice to look back and see what I experienced. And I know it's also, if someone else is watching this and they're going through it at the same time, it's neat to experience it together and see similarities and differences. So I'm going to go through that. I'm going to share today what we're working on. You saw that we've been working on the nursery a little bit, but there are other things that I've been doing, things that I've ordered through my insurance, classes that I'm preparing to take, and there has been some physical changes that I know are normal. Some of them I'm like, oh, didn't think I'd get that, but I am. Some new little symptoms sprinkled in there. It really feels like I'm acclimating to a new body every week. It's so similar to surgery where you wake up, after your surgery and you have to relearn how your body works. That's sort of how I feel every week. There's something new that pops up and I go, okay, this is how we're doing things now. Before I get into how we're preparing and what's going on with me physically, I really want to thank today's sponsor, Element. They've been so kind and being an ongoing sponsor of my channel, and it's something that I know I talk to you guys a lot about is hydration and how important it is, because that is something I've dealt with and struggled with quite a bit with my ostomy. Element is a zero sugar electrolyte. It contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 of potassium, and 60 of magnesium. I have relied on electrolytes for a number of years. I've been using them for so long because when you're missing a colon, you tend to lose fluids a lot quicker, but the general population also needs hydration. My husband uses Element, our friends use Element because I share it with them and I tell them about it, but I really use Element. I use it daily because it keeps me hydrated, it keeps me feeling good, it keeps me headache free. I know when I'm dehydrated because I start getting headaches. But more importantly, it keeps my bodily functions in check. It keeps me working the way I'm supposed to, and I know that in pregnancy this is even more important for me to stay hydrated, to keep my amniotic fluid in check, make sure that I have enough. I know after pregnancy my hope is to breastfeed. Hydration is going to be key in that as well, and I gotta mention this because it's freezing cold outside. It's so cold. We just had a big snowstorm. Element has a number of hot chocolate flavors like chocolate raspberry, chocolate chai, that you can drink hot, and I think that's awesome. If you struggle to get your electrolytes in because of flavoring and taste and you want a variety of different fluids, they offer it. They've got their fruity flavors, they've got their hot chocolate flavors, and they also have sparkling water. So I love that because no matter what I'm feeling that particular day, I've got something to drink. And because I just did a little bit of work outside, I was taking some photos and videos outside in the snow and the freezing cold, I'll be enjoying some hot chocolate element after I'm done filming here, but yeah, highly recommend them, and they are kindly offering a free 8 single serving packet sample to you with any order of element, and you can get that by going to drinkelement.com/letstalkibd. That's drinklmnt.com/letstalkibd. This gives you the opportunity to try a few different flavors if you kind of want to see what's available, or you could share it with somebody. But me personally, I keep them. Thank you so much again to Element for sponsoring another video. I'm grateful to them because this allows me to spend time making these videos and editing them and sharing with you, and I'm very grateful. So let's talk about what we did this morning. I feel like I kind of checked something big off of the list that it was in the back of my mind pretty consistently. And that was using my insurance to get some supplies, get some classes for free. So I will go back to this morning, time rewind, and share that. I'm on the aeroflowbreastpumps.com website. I'll put it over here so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. This is something I think I learned about on TikTok, I'm not sure, but somebody said that you could go onto their website, input your insurance information, and see if maybe your insurance will cover some of the stuff you'll need during pregnancy and postpartum, and gratefully ours does. So I was thrilled to see that. I thought I'd go over the stuff that I picked out here. I've done a decent amount of research. Obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards. I don't know how breastfeeding is going to work for me. The girls have not let me know yet. It's something that I will discover afterwards. So I'm just doing the best that I can, picking stuff out with the information that I have. But it seems like the Spectra S1 Plus breast pump is going to be my best option so far. Now this is an upgrade item for me. I do have to pay about $20 additional, but I don't know the exact cost of the pump, but I do believe it's in the hundreds, so 20 bucks is fine. 20 bucks is fine. I saw that some people were accidentally getting the S2. The reason I want the S1 is because it's got a battery pack, I believe. It's a little bit more portable and not stuck to the wall. So that's why I went with that. Now, the class that I picked, this is the complete prep bundle. And I felt like this really fit best with my needs. Like there was some on maternity leave. I'm not gonna really need to know much information at this point about that, but I really wanted information on breastfeeding because, again, don't know what I'm doing. Lactation, I think there was something on that. Birth, pumping 101, sleep for the breastfed baby, the brain boob connection. So I feel like these classes here are gonna be the most helpful for me personally. Okay, how do I go back to where I was? Here we go. Okay, the pregnancy band, there was only one that you could choose from, so I just picked the size that I felt like was going to be working for me. The socks, of course I picked out the colorful ones. Let me go in here. Yeah, I picked out the colorful ones. That's seems like it's going to work well for me. So far, no swelling of the feet, but we're still fairly early on. That could definitely come. Yeah, and then I get the breast milk storage bags. So I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna get this. I don't know how it's gonna work. I did ask my OB, like, what happens? Do they send you something? Or, and they said yes, that they would approve the prescription. So I'll have to see how it works. Wish me luck. After I checked out, made the order, they wanted me to schedule the classes. I haven't done that yet. Thankfully, they did send me an email so I can click on the link to schedule whenever is convenient. I do want to go through all the classes with Zach and see what we think is going to be important for him to attend, what might be a little bit more flexible where maybe I can be the only attendee. I don't know. I don't know how that works. We'll schedule it. I'll plan with him. And then I obviously put in my credit card information for the extra little charge there for the Spectra S1 pump. And from there, it asked me to input my doctor's name. So I did that. And they supposedly have submitted paperwork to my doctor's office. And I do believe that my OB is aware of this because I did ask the last time. They said, oh yeah, Aeroflow, we're aware of them. Like, we'll submit the prescription. Keeping my fingers crossed that actually works out the way it's supposed to. You know, sometimes with insurance we have issues. So we'll see. We will see. as I was checking out too, it also said that your insurance covers pump part replacements, and they'll send me an email when it's time to replace the pump parts. I thought that was awesome. So I'll keep you updated on how that works, and whenever the stuff arrives. My doctor's office said that they're usually pretty quick. We'll see. We'll see if they actually get the prescription. The good thing is I do have an upcoming appointment and an ultrasound, so I can ask the doctor and confirm, like, hey, did you guys get it? Did you not? We'll see what happens there. I got a little string that's hanging off my sweater here, and I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye. Okay, so another way that I'm planning is I'm planning my hospital bag, and I know that's pretty early, right? We're only in our 24th week. What I'm thinking about is just when things run off the rails, I'm kind of used to it. I want to be prepared ahead of time, and I want to prepare in a variety of ways. So having a hospital bag set aside is not something that I'm new to. You know, unfortunately, I've had a number of surgeries. I am pretty well equipped, pretty well mentally and physically prepared to pack a hospital bag. So that's something that's easy to me. And I'm going to prepare in a way where we'll be set no matter what happens. If I have a C-section, I'm planning on bringing a support belt as well as those Freedom Mom silicone C-section scar, what do you call them? The little silicone covers. They were awesome. I was recommended that by somebody on here after I had my ectopic emergency surgery, because they did that C-section incision, and they were fantastic. They lasted through, I think, 4 or 5 different showers. They stuck through all of that. They were reusable. I could take it off and restick it. And most importantly, it felt very comfortable. I felt a lot better than using gauze and tape, which can stick around the area. Removing tape can be really painful. So we're planning on all that, but also I'm going to prepare, like, I'm going to have a vaginal delivery. So I'm looking into peri bottles and other things that I think will be helpful. I know that I have never given birth before, but I have had the proctocolectomy surgery, which involved a pretty intense incision on my bottom. So that's, you know, depending on how things work out, I have experience with having pain down there and having to go to the bathroom. So I feel maybe a little bit better equipped than the average person when it comes to that. So I'm almost considering, like, should I get a waffle pillow again? I don't know. My last one popped. That being said, though, there were things that were really helpful with that surgery that I think will be helpful potentially if I do have a vaginal delivery. So I'm planning in my mind a list for a hospital bag. And Zach's dad for Christmas got me this beautiful Vera Bradley duffel bag, and I'm so excited about it. It's perfect. It's perfect to bring to the hospital, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's like fantastic, because I had another duffel bag that I like to use when I bring to the hospital, and the zipper broke on it, so I had to get rid of it. It would be way too much work to fix this zipper. That's why I didn't keep it, but perfect timing. It's hanging on the stairs over here. That's why I'm looking this way. It's perfect for that. So I'm adding stuff to, you know, an Amazon cart, just things that I am prepping for. I did look for a peri bottle. Actually, the other night we were out, we happened to be in a CVS, and I said, oh, let me just look and see what the price is. Honestly, the price was better online, so I'll just do that. But yeah, it's nice to have a little cart online of things that I think I might need. Moving on. Okay, I feel like my belly has transitioned in how it feels. So it's definitely been getting rounder. I'm definitely getting a belly, no question about that. It's growing every day, it feels like. But for the most part, it sort of felt like I'm carrying around a belly full of air. Like, it's pretty squishy. It's just round. Until this week. It feels like a mass. Like solid. Something's in there. Clearly there's something in there. I am becoming so aware of her and her positioning. You know, I don't know exactly what position she's in. On all my ultrasounds, she's been breech. I'm not worried about it because we got a lot of time. She could flip at any point. But I'm aware, like, I can feel her turn in me, and it's such a weird feeling. But it's so much more solid now. And I feel like my balance is changing because of that. She just must be growing faster. I don't know. She's supposed to be around 1.5 pounds right now, which is kind of crazy. I picked up one of my 1 pound weights just to see what it would feel like, you know, on the outside, and it's weird to think that that's inside of me. There's also been another change with my belly. A few changes. Something totally normal in pregnancy, a lot of people experience, but I want to show you what it looks like because it's kind of interesting with a scar. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I am starting to develop a line right down the center of my belly, and I know it's super light. I'm going to notice it way more than anybody else will. And it's completely normal in pregnancy, but it does look like I'm starting to get it. So you can just see it very, very lightly right there. I think it's actually darker underneath of my scar here. Right there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. I also have a little bit of acne on my belly, and I'm noticing that hair is growing a little bit more, especially right around my scar. My understanding is that'll go away after pregnancy, but I thought that was interesting. I'm getting the lines. This one looks super off-center. This looks more center. This one's like veering off in one direction, so kind of funny, the changes that we experience. Really wasn't sure if that's something I was going to experience, but there it is. I've got a nice little line starting. I'm going to guess it'll get darker as we get further along. I started noticing it a few weeks ago, but then I'd look at it in a different lighting and I wouldn't see the line anymore. So I was like, you're crazy. You're, I don't know, extending your scar. You're imagining things. But no, it's becoming apparent to me. I'll keep you updated on how that looks. I've also noticed that my ostomy is slowing down. I'm noticing that I'm not emptying as frequently. My output's a bit thicker, and I just kind of feel full from eating. So I have to eat smaller meals more frequently, and I'm hungry. Okay, I'm eating left and right. We have run out of snacks. We've run out of snacks in the house because I've eaten everything. I'm doing bulk meals so that way I can just keep getting a little bit throughout the day. It's a new feeling to me. It's new. The frustrating thing is just being so hungry, eating, getting full really quickly, and then within 15 minutes wanting to eat again. So, oh well, we'll have to eat slowly, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. But the other night, I felt like I couldn't eat. I was like, I feel so full, and I'm emptying my ostomy less, which I think in pregnancy is pretty normal. I think a lot of women experience constipation, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm really glad I'm not going through this without a bag. Like, you people that have done it, good for you. I'm glad that I don't have to worry about bathroom issues necessarily. Like, we're good. My ostomy output might be slower, but it does not impact me the way that it does for those of you hooked up the old-fashioned way. The last thing I want to share is the ladies feel as though they are changing or they are growing maybe a little bit faster than they have been. And I don't know if this is TMI, but I just feel important to share because if I look back at this, then I'll remember and I'll know exactly when it started. But I noticed the tiniest amount of leaking. And as somebody who has never breastfed, I have no concept in my brain for what that would feel like or look like. No clue. That was weird. Noticing just tiny little itty bitty drop. That was weird. And of course went to Google I'm not concerned about it at all. It does, you know, other than a little bit of soreness, which is totally normal as well. That's all that's happened, and I know that your body starts to produce colostrum pretty early on. So I think that's starting to happen. But I had the tiniest little drop, and that's weird to me. Like, I know I've never experienced it before, so it's just another way that we're having to acclimate to changes with our body, and it's bizarre. So that is week 24, and like I said, we have another ultrasound upcoming and another OB appointment with a new doctor, another one that I haven't met yet, which apparently is fairly normal, just meeting everybody in the office. I guess I know some people may be nervous with you know, a new doctor on the day of. Like, you go into labor and you go to the hospital and maybe the doctor you've been seeing the whole time is not available. I totally understand, you know, they can't be available 24/7. I've had so many opportunities in my life where I just have to go with the flow and go with whoever is there and available to me, that I'm not really worried about the day of. It really is about, are we all on the same page? Is there some note in my chart that tells you about me? So that's something I'm gonna ask about at my upcoming appointment. Yeah, I can go with the flow pretty well on the day of. It's just, let's all be aware that I do have an ostomy, because sometimes it's really funny going into a doctor's appointment and they have no idea. Every single ultrasound that I've gone to, I guess ostomy is not up there on the chart, and so every single person has, oh, you have an ostomy. Yep. Yes, I do. Not a big deal, because I know charts are hard to read sometimes and information can be buried, so I'm not too worried about it. I would just like to know that the overall plan is consistent with all the doctors. Like, they have something that they can look at and know exactly what we've all kind of talked about, you know? Anyways, those are my updates. That's week 24. We're getting excited and preparing. I didn't think that, like, the thought of Viability Week would mentally sort of transition me a bit, but I'm glad that it is. It is really nice to get excited and plan and really think about what it's going to be like when she's here and what she's going to need and how Zach and I are going to handle things. That's going to be cool. All right, guys, I will continue to keep you updated. I will probably vlog for my next appointment as best as I can and share about that ultrasound. I'm excited to see her because it's been 5 weeks. I'm excited to see how giant she looks to me. But, you know, I'll keep you guys informed on what's happening. And thank you again to Element for sponsoring this video. Again, guys, highly recommend them. Very tasty. I think just the best combo of electrolytes that really seem to keep me hydrated the best. I don't know. It just, I have enjoyed it so much over the last year, and it really has made a difference in my overall health, because hydration is just something I struggle with and probably will continue to struggle with the rest of my life. But make sure to go to drinkelement.com/LetsTalkIBD and get your 8 single servings free with your order. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel, like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.